Hello, this is Yanzi with my teammate Nasaj, Jashavan, and Rahul. We are doing conversational question answering challenge. When we talk to Alexa or Google Home, the user have to specify the trigger word, and the response is generated based on the specific question. Due to the limitation of memory cell, it's difficult for a model to remember the context of the conversation. But we want to build a model that can understand the holistic information in a passage and answering questions with the ability to maintain the context in a conversation. Here is an example. We need the information from conversation 1 and 2 to answer question 3. These are the details of the data sets. We removed all the irrelevant characters, add the previous question with the current question to keep context of the history question. We add special tokens, SEP and CRS, to indicate the separation of the sentence and the input to the model. Next.
We try to implement a couple of transformer-based models as these models work better compared to RNNs and LSTM. The first model that we tried was the BERT model, as shown in the image. We see that for each word, BERT generates 3 different embeddings: token embeddings, sentence embeddings, and transformer position embeddings, which are then combined to generate the final embedding. BERT essentially has multiple transformers stacked on top of each other to create the embeddings, and we get an F1 score of 78.5 for this model. The next model that we tried to implement was the Albert model, and we were able to obtain an F1 score of 79.5, which is slightly better than BERT. Albert performs better than BERT due to 3 main reasons. One is factorized embedding parameterization, parameter sharing, and inter-sentence coherence loss. Next is the ConvBERT model, and this model performed better than the previous 2 models, and we were able to obtain an F1 score of 82.1. As shown in figure A, BERT model relies heavily on global self-attention mechanism, which captures the global context instead of local context. However, the ConvBERT model performs better by defining a span and using a span-based dynamic convolution to replace these self-attention heads to capture local context. ConvBERT implements a bottleneck structure, as shown in the figure, to reduce input tokens to a lower dimensional space. This is done by using a convolution block, as shown in the pink area, as well as concatenating or grouping linear layers together, shown on the top part of it.
Let's now talk about the approach. We pass the pre-processed input data to our BERT model. We have rational logits and attention logits, which tell the model what tokens and sentences to pay attention to in order to maintain context. We have unknown logics, which are responsible for predicting the unknown answer. We have logits _L, which represent the start and end location of the answer within the passage. We have YN logits, which are essentially yes and no logits, which tell the model when the answer is a yes or a no. So that comes out to be a total of 5 output heads: 1 for yes, 1 for no, 1 for unknown logits, and 1 for start and end location within the passage. The modifications that we made to the BERT model are based on the ConvBERT model architecture, which tends to perform better. We replace the pooled output of the BERT model, which is given for unknown logits over here, with the normal word embeddings, which are used by the BERT model. These are the results. The diagonal shows the correctly classified yes, no, unknown, and others. BERT correctly classifies 6% of the unknowns. Albert classifies 10% of the unknowns correctly. ConvBERT classifies 12% of the unknowns correctly. And our BERT modified model, which is essentially just a BERT model without the pooled layer, it classifies 9% of unknowns correctly, which is essentially a 50% increase from the original correct classification.
These are the implementation details of our model. If you want to recreate the model, you can use these guidelines. And the main evaluation metric we used is the macro average F1 score, and the paper had a default F1 score of 65.4, which was the baseline. All the models we ran were able to beat the baseline, and we used a modified BERT, which beat the original BERT by a very small percentage, but it was still an improvement. The next task is to use assessments, assessments data and predict whether a student response was correct on a student response and recommend a comment to the teacher based on the context of the student response. So we had 24,000 graded responses with explanations, And the current challenge we are facing is evaluating math characters and explanations, which you can see on the next slide. So students solve questions like the one question, a ratio and proportion, and they have to type a response. Like, is the price proportional to the number of roses? They give some response, the teachers give some explanations, and we are hoping that the model predicts whether the response is correct and then predicts some sort of a comment. So currently the model performs very poorly because it's not able to understand the mathematical expressions, and that is the scope of this project going ahead for us if we have more time. And that is it from us. Thank you.